Live on tape from Brunswick's own Roswell in Roswell, Georgia. Okay, stop. Every week or so, someone posts a comment asking, where is this bowling center? So let's rewind and do that part again for anyone who missed it. Live on tape from Brunswick's own Roswell in Roswell, Georgia, a northern suburb of Atlanta. It's Prodigy Bowlers Summer Tour. Prodigy Bowlers Tour is a series of unofficial, informal, and impromptu after-league challenge matches held by some of our more active and engaged junior bowlers, all in an effort to simulate big-time tournament competition in an open play environment. The mission of Prodigy Bowlers Tour is to celebrate junior bowling while we elevate junior bowlers. This week, a few of our junior bowlers and I stayed after league and bowled a few games. One of those games was a just-for-fun spare ball challenge. Everyone used their polyester or urethane ball, whichever ball they used to shoot at spares. And if anyone didn't have a spare ball that they used, they were free to grab a house ball. The following is the madness that ensued. And it's going to be Christian who gets us started on lane 40. As we are on the end pair, we're bowling on Highway to Hell, not the house shot. And Christian, that's cheating, I think. Charlie through the nose leaves the 4-6. Christian's throwing his T-zone polyester ball, and Charlie has a Teen Masters polyester ball, the PBA ball, as he has to text someone before he shoots the 4-6. Just going for one. And an open frame to start for Charlie. Now, I'm throwing a Storm Mix. This is a urethane ball with a pancake weight block. Just a spare ball. And not getting it off my hand very well that time, but leaving a manageable spare, the 1-2-4. Going to the bag for a towel, as when I took that ball out of the bag, I hadn't thrown any warm-ups with it. I just grabbed it out of the bag and went and threw it, and it was covered in some kind of moisture, liquid. I don't know, maybe my ball cleaner bottle was leaking in the bag. Oh joy, that's something I'll have to look forward to later. And that ball doesn't get up. And it's a chop to begin. 9 out. Well, 3 bowlers so far and just 1 mark. Come on, Karina, show us how it's done. Well, that's not how it's done. Karina's throwing a house ball. She didn't have a spare ball to use. Charlie through the nose again, leaving a somewhat more makeable spare, the 6-7-10. And this pin setter, lane 39, has been giving us fits. It just swept away Karina's spare. But fortunately, the spare she left was the full rack, so there is 7 out for Karina. As Charlie gets too much 6-pin, doesn't slide it over into the 7. So that's back-to-back opens for Charlie to begin the match. Don't see him do that very often. All right, Christian with an early lead. Don't think I've ever seen Christian throw it this slow. Trying to get a little ball reaction out of that polyester ball, but this one goes through the nose, 6-7. And Karina going two-handed, crosses over, leaves the 1, 3, 6, 9. Christian will go cross lane at the split. Pretty good try. But now everyone has an open. And that was well wide of the mark for Karina, so she starts with back-to-back opens as well. Well, that's just a lovely shot. Crossing over, somehow manages to get 9 out of it, 5-pin. And Christian goes a little high. That one could have been a big split. He trips the 4-7, leaves the 6-10. And Coach Randy with perhaps the easiest spare there is to convert, the 5-pin. Can he handle it? Yay me! That's just a swell shot. Christian going for the spare, and this one slides by. And another open. Charlie's wide with that one, breaks up the 2-4-5. Leaves just the 2, an easy spare. And now the big boy up on the right. Playing that outside line up around the first arrow, trying to hit about the 4th board, actually, at the arrows. And what in the world is this? Well, looking down at the lane as Charlie converts the 2. Yeah, I'm looking down at the lane there because it seemed like as soon as the ball hit the lane, it immediately hooked left, as if there was like a little dry patch over on that corner of the lane. I know I didn't pull it that much. In fact, I didn't really feel like that was such a bad shot when it came off my hand, but boy, it moved left immediately. Well, that's more like what I had in mind on the first one. That's a spare, but what in the world happened on that first ball? Well, I'm not sure. Karina, high flush. She'll fool around with that two-handed style every now and then. As Charlie leaves a 10-pin on the right lane. Christian now up on the left. Pretty good shot, but pretty common result when you're throwing plastic. It doesn't have the drive to take out the 5. Charlie with a spare on the 10-pin. Christian breaks up the split and has a simple spare. And he makes short work of it. So Coach Randy up on the left lane now. After losing 9 pins in count on the first ball in the 3rd frame, that was costly. He's still holding on to a narrow 3-pin advantage at the moment. And that one crosses over, but he gets a strike. Beggars can't beat choosers. Looks like 10 back on the scoreboard. There's a crossover for Karina that just leaves the 10. Charlie blows the rack with that plastic ball. How about that one right there? And a spare for Karina. Everybody's still pretty close right now. Christian just 3 pins off the lead. Working on a spare. Oh, and he stuffs that one right in the hole, and look at this. He's hanging right there with Charlie. Karina looks just a little high this time, leaves the 4-7. And now Coach Randy up on the right lane. Got to be thinking about what in the world happened the last time he laid the ball down on this lane. It scooted left immediately. He plays that same line again, and this time finds the pocket. And now we're looking at Karina as she has had, well, the pin setter has swept her spare away. We've been having this problem all day with lane 39. It will just indiscriminately sweep away the spare that you leave. Charlie through the nose leaves the 6. Karina left the 4-7 over here on the left. We're getting the pin setter into the second ball cycle. And because this is open play, we're not having spares reset like you would in a sanctioned competition. But we've told her if you can just touch the 4 and 7, we'll give you a spare. But no, she hooks by, and that'll be 8 out for Karina as Charlie slides by the 6 pin. Wow, you don't see him miss single pin spares very often. As Christian gets up on the left lane, working on a strike, can cut the lead to 3. But no, he goes back to the high speed ball, sends it wide, and with a polyester ball, it's not going to read the lane. Karina doesn't give that one any room at all, and with the low speed she throws with that two-handed delivery, that ball had no chance. Christian's spare, the 1-2-4, was swept off the lane. We've told him you put the ball on the 1 and the 2, we'll give you a spare. But he throws it wide and hard again. That's not going to work. And that's 7 out for Christian. There's a crossover, Brooklyn spare for Karina. And now Coach Randy up in the 6th frame, working on a double with a 25-pin lead. Can extend it to 35 if he can get a strike here. What are the odds? Oh, they're pretty good when you put it there. He says it's a miracle. That was a pretty good shot there. That was a pretty good shot there, too, for Christian. That's high flush. And now Charlie up in the 7th on the left. Sends it just a little bit wide and leaves the 2-4-5. That ball doesn't quite recover. And look at this. After all the times lane 39 has swept the spares away, this time it sets it back down on the floor and locks up. What is wrong with lane 39, and why won't they fix it? Well, just as he heads up to the counter to tell them about it, the pin setter raises, and now he's going to shoot this down the left side of the lane. He recently changed the way he shoots at the 2-4-5, and I think he's going to like this method better. He used to use his strike ball down the right side of the lane and hook it into the 2-4-5. You play it straight down the left, you will chop it less often, I do believe. Karina keeps it on the lane this time, but still has the 1-3-8-10 to contend with. Now, Coach Randy working on a turkey. What? What? Well, oh, okay. Here we see what's going on. Earlier, when he laid it down, he thought that the ball just hooked immediately. Well, it didn't hook. It was deflected because the rail, the bumper that is supposed to retract when not in use, it doesn't retract fully, and it sticks up from the side of the lane about an inch or two. And if your ball is on the first or second board, you're going to bump into that rail. And that's what was deflecting the shot left. And look at this, with a 0 count on the first ball while working on a double, you lose 20 pins in count. And then you lose 6 more because you leave 3 standing on a strike. It was a costly frame. And just as you might expect, Charlie, sensing the opportunity, throws a perfect strike. And now he has closed the lead down to within a mark. That's what Charlie will do. He'll see the opportunity, and he will seize it. Thumpity, thumpity, thump. Sounds like Christian has a flat tire. Karina, Brooklyn, 6-pin. All right, now Christian gets to shoot that 1-2-4 that was swept off by the pin setter earlier. And once again, he fails to get the ball over to the left side of the head pin, but at least he covers the spare this time. That keeps him in the match. And that ball hooks by the 6-pin for Karina, so another open frame in the 8th. And now Coach Randy just trying to get things back on track. Pulls it. Terrible shot. Leaves the 10. Christian comes up a little thin in the pocket, leaving the 2-4-5. And now the old guy will go cross lane from the extreme left side of the lane at the 10. That's got to push. No. Misses on the left. And Christian going across lane at the 2-4-5. That's like the way Charlie used to shoot at it. I'd rather see Christian play that one down the left side. And look at Charlie. Sensing the opportunity, he puts another strike on the board, and now his lead is 12 pins. That missed 10-pin by Coach Randy actually handed Charlie the lead, and now Charlie has moved way out ahead. Karina through the nose, 6-10. What is going through Coach Randy's mind now, if anything at all? He hits the bumper again. Well, at least it's indicative that he's laying the ball down on the same board time after time. That's something positive to take from this. That bumper should be below the surface of the lane. It shouldn't be interfering. And technically, I'm sure that I could probably get overs on these shots that the bumper deflected the ball, but hey, it's unofficial, informal, and impromptu after league matches, and it's just not that important to me. But I wouldn't mind getting a mark. It's not going to happen, though. That's 9 out. And now Charlie's lead grows to 23 as we arrive at the 10th frame, as Charlie and Christian down there trying to get that bumper to lay flush, and it's not gonna. It just sticks about an inch or two above the surface of the lane, and if you're playing the first or second board, good luck with that. Add that to the ever-growing list of repairs that need to be made here. All right, we're going to have a little synchronized bowling between Christian and Charlie here in the 10th, and why not? Oh, Charlie trips out the 4 to avoid the split. Christian leaving the 10. That could have been crucial for Charlie. Now, let's see, if he misses the 9 pin, that would give him 153 in the 9th, 162 in the 10th. Coach Randy can get 162 with 3 strikes in the 10th, so if Charlie converts this 9 pin, he's going to win. So that's it. Christian missing the 10 was academic. He wasn't going to get there anyway, so Charlie is going to take the spare ball challenge. He'll just go through the motions now of finishing up. Crosses over and gets, well, that's just a perfect strike to end it on. Now 174 is going to be enough. So now Coach Randy and Karina will wrap things up. Another pull to the left, leaving the 10 pin. And Karina will have a go on the right lane. Hooks by the head pin. 136 is the leave.
Question if it's any consolation. It is. Reset me.
I turned to Christian and pointed out that my spare had been swept away, so I'll have to shoot the full rack to get a spare. And there's the little patty cake shot, the I don't care shot. And you can wave to the right all you want. That's not going to bring that ball back. So I get credit for the 9 on the first ball. That's a 141. Gee, that's sensational. A spare for Karina. And so we're down to just 1 fill ball, and we'll call our first ever spare ball challenge history. An 8 count will give Karina a 126. It's Charlie's day. He wins the spare ball challenge in this epic shot-making exhibition.
Hey, why don't you let loose? Let loose. Go bowling, bowling this weekend. Have fun. Go bowling, bowling this weekend. Let loose.
Let loose at Valley Bowl. Take the Valley Highway or Academy exit to security.
Well, there you have it. Our just for fun spare ball challenge. I had it in my grasp, But when the interference from the bumper tripped me up, Charlie was right there to take advantage, and he threw the key shots at the end of the game to take the match. But at least I did beat Christian. I always beat Christian. And he doesn't like it one bit. Ha ha ha! Told you the summer series would be a little different. Stay tuned all summer. There's more coming on Prodigy Bowlers Tour.